Alrighty then. And hello, all you folks out there in YouTube land. Lord of the Croc Squirrels here with an Opal Dragon.
Hello. I'm frozen, but
And
I'm here.
frozen but here. That's the important part, I think. And some lovely kitty.
Hello, everybody.
So have
I
you...
am melting from the tropical summer. Thank you.
She's melting from the summer. Opal's freezing. Hey, it's all good. So, for the second time in as many years, it is time to pass around the Squirrellies. Last year, I think it was the Squirrelly Award, and this year, and all years forthcoming, it will be the Squirrellies. This is the Squirrellies for 2018, and rather than get stuck straight in, I'm going to do something a little different this year. First off, I've got the fuck you list. And this isn't necessarily games we've played or talked about or done anything else with, just a kind of a general excoriation of the gaming industry. So, first off, Activision Blizzard. Can you guys get your shit together already? Bungie's bailed on you, which I'm not surprised at. I'd be bailing on you too. Your stock's completely in the tank. What else is good? Oh, right. You guys don't have phones? Oh, that was brilliant. Good job there, BlizzCon. Ha 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 ha. Oh, just why, oh why, oh why, Blizzard? You're supposed to be cool and collected and absolutely stormy all over people, and you just pulled some stupid. I'm telling you.
Squirrel. So you say that squirrel is average, Opal?
Yeah.
Shush. Hey, diatribe. Okay.
Mama Bear's porridge is too cold, therefore little squirrel must be just right.
Right. Moving from there to Electronic Arts, hot on the heels of the absolute shit show they made out of Star Wars Battlefront 2 last year, they went and did it some more. Battlefield V, or 5, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Battlefield V. V for victory, that's what I'm going to guess. You took a perfectly good thing that was originally based on gritty, realistic combat, and then turned it inside out, upside down, removed 2/3 of the men that were actually involved, and went completely woke. Okay,
And
guys,
got broke.
just fucking go broke. Just go broke already. You and your little buddies over at frickin' you and your buddies just go away. Okay, just no, don't do this. Ubisoft was almost as bad this year. At least they managed to mostly stay under the radar. We won't talk about Rainbow Six Siege and them removing shit just to appease the kids in China. I mean, what's up with that? Then they put it all back. They have to make a separate. Apparently, they're going to make a separate Chinese version now, which is fine. I mean, I realize you guys want to get on that sweet friggin' microtransaction shit over there, but can we not just fuck with the world, please? Overwatch? Yeah, let's not talk Overwatch too much. Okay, you told us Tracer was gay, and I'm thinking, okay, you guys are just trying to get around the whole Tracer's got a butt thing. Fine, we'll deal with it. You guys get more backlash from something else completely, and you turn Soldier 76 gay. You know what? I read your little lore thing. It sounds like really terrible fan fiction. And in fact, it's such terrible fan fiction that I'd almost rather read Stephanie Meyer. And you all should know, if you've been watching me long enough, exactly what I think of the freaking Twilight Saga. Wow.
Can I step up on my soapbox?
We're almost there. We're almost there on the soapbox. And then we have Call of Duty. Yes. Yeah. Okay, guys. If you're gonna release a Gargle Wheelie game, can we at least have a single player? Can we at least have a single player mode, please? And lay off the microtransactions, all of you. The loot boxes are illegal. I don't want. People are illegal in some places now. We should probably not be encouraging gambling, because it's exactly what we're doing. This is one of the very few points I actually agree with Jim Sterling on this year. Your loot boxes need to fucking go. Just make them go away. Oh, one more thing there, Blizzard. If you think you're going to get the shitlords out of your Overwatch League by connecting them to their Blizzard accounts, their Twitch accounts, their Blizzard accounts, you got another thing coming. I'm telling you right now. Because you're not going to get rid of the shitlords. They'll just build new Battle.net accounts for no reason, with nothing on them, and then go talk. Because fuck you. Because fuck you, that's why. They'll even create new Twitch accounts to do it with. You're going to ban the hell out of them, and you're not going to touch them. Sigh. Gotta love that, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Kitty says she has a statement before we get started.
Yeah. You said that you wouldn't talk about Fallout 76,
And
but
so I
I
won't.
need to get this out of my chest. Bethesda. You could have made an awesome game. You actually made a game that has potential. But your game sucks and my heart bleeds. You broke my heart, fuckers. And I paid for that game. Yeah. So, at least allow people from Nexus to do the mods to fix your fucking game. Because I know from experience that you won't fix your game. But allow modding. People from the Nexus can do this very well, and they don't charge unlike you with your creation club. Thank you.
Ooh, she mad. Okay. From here, why don't we do something really silly and get into the games? And this is the way it's going to work today. We of course do have the Squirrelly. We do have the Squirrelly Awards. But I need to show you what's left of my desktop to do this. Oh no, Studio Wildcard is not getting off the hook today. Ain't happening.
Yeah, with the Atlas there, that was just.
Yeah, I'd say we'll have that conversation. We'll have that conversation a little later on in the stream. Trust me on this one. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need a giant newspaper rolled up for them. Bad dog.
Good, yeah.
Bad dog.
Yeah, no shit. All right, Opal. I believe you are scheduled to give your. I believe you are currently scheduled to give your top 5.
Top 5, okay.
You're up.
Top 5 first.
From number 5 to number 1. Hang on a second here, Mr. Opal Dragon. I gotta grab the Steam. Where's the Steam? Where's the Steam? It's here somewhere. I had it. Oh, right. Steam client is not here. There it is. I found it. Yes. Haha. All right. So we are starting with this one right here. Go for it.
Good old Staxel. Yep, I really like that one.
Why?
It was like a cute version of Minecraft with another type of game I like, Harvest Moon mixed in.
So what else you got for us on this?
And I thank you, Squirrel, for introducing me to that game. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it while I could.
All right. Staxel was developed by an outfit called Pluck It, and was published, of all the places, by Humble Bundle, who were kind enough to send me my initial key. All right, you can get it anytime you want for $19.99, although I think it has actually been on sale at least once. All right,
Okay, my
and
number 4.
give me a
Number
second.
4 on my list is one I would
Hold on,
actually like to
Opal.
see.
Hold on, Opal.
I know, I haven't named it yet, but it's just want to tell the people I want to see
Oh,
you actually play at least one from that series, if not that one.
there it is. Found it. Here we go. And now we have. Go for it, Opal.
I'm not sure how to properly pronounce it, but Digeas is how I've been
Disgaea.
pronouncing it.
It's
Disgaea,
Disgaea.
Disgaea, number 5. That is hilarious. The story is funny, a little cheesy at times, but it's not a hard game to pick up. In fact, the game's got a weird form of built-in cheating, but it's actually part of the gameplay. So,
Yeah, stacking
I
up
mean,
all
it's
your
hard
tunes and
to.
hitting something from like 50 feet away.
Yeah, like you basically there's a way to unlock a cheat shop, and the cheat shop well actually cheats both ways and making it more difficult or easier depending on what you want. Um, and there's reasons they have those cheats in there, but it's a great tactical RPG game. Um, Lots of comedy. I mean, what else can you say?
All right, this
Except
was
you have
done
to
by.
play this in 2019, Squirrel. For us, you have to play it.
Okay. This one was actually released October the 22nd of this last year. Developed by Nippon Ichi Software (NIS) and published by their American branch. You can pick it up today for $39.99. Alrighty then. Who is who? Whoa!
Hope everyone has had a good month. Tested out the drum for my Under folder and it works perfectly after the second run on it. Shooting 75 rounds real quick tends to put a strain on the shoulder. Russian ammo smokes up the glasses to where I cannot see.
Yeah, that's actually pretty. In my experience, it's actually pretty typical of Russian ammo. So thank you very much, Despise Username, for the $5 donation to the Feed the Squirrels Fund. Sorry we're getting to it quite so late. All right, and what have I got next for you? Aha.
Number 3
Next
from
one is
Opal.
another one you introduced me to.
Yep. My
Yeah.
time at Porsche.
I want to get back into this one. They had a major update, and it looks good. It's just a nice rounded adventure game that has. It doesn't have completely the Harvest Moon, but it does have that dating sim in it, and it's just a nice, brown, gentle Disney style game.
Disney style.
I mean,
Okay.
that's not always a bad thing. Disney style is not always bad.
Well, no, not always.
Not always.
Just as long as you're not talking about Disney and Star Wars. Holy crap, Kathleen, knock it off. All right. My Time in Porsche, developed by Pathia Games and published by Teen 17 Digital, who also supplied me the key for it. It is still in early access and can be had for $20 on the Steam. All right.
Number 2.
Give me a second here. What did I do? Here it is.
Number 2. This is one game that caused me to hog Squirrels.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah.
You held on to my freaking library for like 2 weeks, dude.
Pretty much. I mean, and again, we can blame Squirrel for introducing me to this one because I was actually quite surprised that I could play this one this way, considering things. But it was very enjoyable. They did a really good job. I mean, the story's average, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad average, but it's just how they integrated with the gameplay really cues it for me.
Okay.
You know.
This was actually really okay. Go ahead, Opal. Let me know when you're done.
Oh no, that was it. I just
Okay.
started there for a second.
So, developed by Harebrained Schemes, who had to do a lot of screaming at Harmony Gold before they were allowed to do it. Published by Paradox Interactive, who again provided the key. It can be had again for $40, $50, or $90, depending on just how you want it. The $50 version includes their art book, digital soundtrack, blah blah blah. And the season pass is, I think, what? Well, the season pass by itself is $50, but I've also got Flashpoint. So, BattleTech Flashpoint. I talked about it. Haha. So actually, Brian, so did I. I used to play BattleTech on tabletop, but I remember the original version was called Battle Droids, and that I liked it. I especially liked the original Phoenix Hawk. All right, what do we got next? Oh, the fun one.
Hold on. Let's see if anybody can guess exactly.
Well, they don't have to at this point. It's already on display.
Number one is very predictable if you know Opal.
Let's get the chat to guess what would be Opal Dragon's number one game. You know?
Does it have cats? Does it have owls? Frogs?
I don't know. I wonder. Maybe it was an owl-based game. What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, Opal. Let's do it.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. Well, too late now. The game was, of course, Dragon Quest XI. I've only been bragging about it for I don't know how long. And I've been pestering Squirrel to finish it because the ending, I really like what they did with the ending. They actually put a square style ending in it where it was nice and long. Oh, and they teased us too.
Now,
they better hold up to the promises they made in the ending. That's all I got to say, Square. Love you to death for that game, but you better hold up your promises.
Yeah, I bet Jade and the hero will wander off into the sunset eventually, or start rebuilding their thing. All right.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Right. Sarcasm. I see how it is, Brian. And here you suspected a hentai game. Probably not. That's not really Opal. That's probably not Opal's speed, although he has actually played one. I know that for a fact because he stole it out of my library. Okay. So let's hop it back. Let's hop it back just a hair. Get back to the library here. And
yeah. I was just going to respond to
Kid is number 5.
It doesn't seem to be where I expected it to be. Oh, it's probably because it was restarted. All right. Right. One store page. There we go. Number 5.
Okay, my number 5. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered.
Remastered.
Remastered. I loved watching Squirrel play this game so much that I bought it. And it has nice graphic, a cool story, and I bought the entire franchise.
Don't spoil the joke.
Highly recommended, so don't let Squirrel drive.
Yeah. All right. For right now, you can buy. Well, apparently that's the whole thing. You can buy Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered with Red Faction Guerrilla and Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered for $19.99 US or your local equivalent. And if you want the complete collection, you can have that for $60. Or the new THQ Classics is $90, but that includes stuff, extra stuff you don't need. Hey, Biggles, welcome aboard, man. All right, you missed Opal's top 5. That's okay. You can catch the bottom 5 when we're done with these, because that's the way that's actually the way we're going to do that. Okay.
Okay, my number 4 is Squirrel Undying Thoughts.
Well, give me 2 seconds here. All right, there's a store page. All right, Zedbox Entertainment. Go for it, kitty.
Well, it's super gorgeous, good puzzles. You have to do it in order, find the objects. Yeah, the usual puzzly.
Some of those puzzles were freaking demonic.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommended for the puzzles.
The puzzles and the pretty, because you tend to like pretty. All right.
Yeah, the puzzles and pretty.
So $25 or whatever local equivalent you happen to be using. 24. It's also 24. It's also 25 euros because they don't actually make a difference between the dollar and the euro for some stupid reason. With a soundtrack, it's the only DLC for $10. So this is a game that I recommended as well, but it's not on either of my lists. I didn't even think about it. Okay. And here I'm the one that likes to beat myself.
My number 3 was a key that Squirrel received. He requested another one because we actually played the first game together. We were here. It was the one that we played, and then we were here too. We never finished it, actually. We should do that.
One of these
also, the puzzle thing. Each one is in a different part of the castle or whatever that is,
thing.
and you have and you have to talk to the other, give the partner your clues. I really love this one.
Okay. So, $10 for you, and if you want to do the supporter edition, that'll cost you another $7, but you really don't get anything for that. That's okay. And they've got a new one. We Were Here Together, which actually supposedly happens in Antarctica. At least that's what they said.
Yeah.
Total Mayhem Games did a brilliant job with that. All right, and number 2.
Number 2 was also a key by the developer. We even interviewed the developer because we fell in love with this game. Interstellar Rift. And
I still don't know how you did that.
Yes, the developer was amused and puzzled how the hell I managed to warp in reverse. Yeah, I did that.
I don't blame you for picking that one. That was a good one.
I really enjoyed this game.
All right, Interstellar Rift is still in early access and can be obtained for $19. And of course, the soundtrack's $10. So you guys should really go get that. Recent reviews of mostly negative. I don't know where that came from. I really don't, because it was actually a pretty good game. And
yes.
if memory serves, it actually has not only a Starship editor, but I believe there's even Workshop for this.
Yeah. Arlon Gaming, you should play Interstellar Rift. It's worth the thing. They built each and every one of the interfaces. They didn't use assets. They did everything.
Yeah, interfacing buttons were actually one of his challenges, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And let's see.
My number 1.
Hold on. Don't tell them yet.
Yeah, they don't get. Yeah, let's see if the chat can guess what Kitty's number one will be.
Nope, they don't have to.
Okay. Mutant Year Zero Road to Aiden. I absolutely adore this game. Your playable character is actually two characters, the main and the supporter, and one is a boar, the other one is a duck. And you can imagine during the live stream all the jokes about the what the duck. It's a post-apocalyptic game, adorable, and it's a kind of, and the engine works against the player. It's not easy. You think, oh, it's a boar and a duck, it must be childish. No, it's not.
No.
Oh no, it's not. Squirrel got killed before he reached the base. But I highly recommend this one. I intend to buy it.
All
yeah,
right.
I'd like to figure that one too.
Now for Kitty's, this game is $35 on Steam, and it has the deluxe edition. Click here for details. For $54.99. And no, I don't know what that. What,
Ma.
give me that.
No, Ma.
Come on, Steve, do it. All right.
Dang.
Well, apparently I got to do. Okay, here we go.
Dang.
And it includes, let's see, desktop wallpapers, digital soundtrack, an art book, and you stop that. And a pen and paper RPG book.
No, dang.
So that should be hilarious.
Dang.
Just a moment, please. Can I help you?
Dang.
Buddy,
Dang.
I hear you. Go on,
We
Colby.
have a toddler.
Yeah.
That's the 4-year-old. He's decided he was gonna come bug me for 5 seconds rather than watch Animaniacs. So, all right. So
Okay,
that's it for that.
our Opal's doctor is not available today.
What?
He's lurking somewhere in the chat, our dear Hungarian mustache dracologist. Oh, sorry, just
yeah.
dracologist.
Okay.
So Drake is number 5. Do you have it, Squirrel?
Give me a second. Where'd it go? No, don't do that. All right. Grip Combat Racing. Nope, that was. Oh,
No,
nope.
no,
I got
no,
that out of
no.
order.
He's number 5.
It's number
Space.
5. Right. And here we go.
Space Hulk Deathwing.
Enhanced edition.
Oh, really?
As edition, yeah.
He said, "For the Emperor!" in his original.
For the Emperor.
All right.
Oh, God. Ireland, don't say this kind of things.
Yeah, please don't do that, Arlen. Arlen, some people can get mad at me for that. Next one up.
He lives in America. Drake is number 4. Was something that really gave us some mad giggles the first time around with Squirrel playing it. Elite Dangerous.
Oh, well, okay, I'm still getting things
I
wrong.
missed that one. Oh yeah, that was.
There we go.
that
I'm
was-
still getting things run the wrong way. All right, Elite Dangerous. We had Tornado Pelt and I had a lot of fun between trying to land the ship and just going out, hanging out, and having a look around. We found a double O binary star out there. It was hilarious.
Tornado Pelt was essential for the first one, and on the second one, he owned everybody because you went through a wild trip over the galaxy. Yeah.
I know, right? That was just brilliant.
I was actually passenger. So we don't let him at the steering wheel.
Dracologist said elite because we had a good time stargazing. Actually, believe it or not, I will be honest with you, I completely geeked the fuck out. I did. I
Yeah,
geeked
because
the
the
fuck
first
out.
time around, it was hilarious. I don't remember laughing so much during the live stream.
Just me trying to
But-
dock that sidewinder, threading the needle, and doing all sorts of shit. I know there was a couple people in the. I know there were a couple people in the chat that day that were doing some serious pucker maneuvers.
I just have, Squirrel. I just have to get you the same joystick I have now.
Um,
You'll be
yeah,
a lot
Squirrel
better.
had some problems docking, wasn't it, Temple?
yes,
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. Jeez,
Yes.
I thought I was a bad doctor.
One of these days I'm gonna get. One
Well,
of these
I
days I'm gonna
usually
get back to it.
dock quite well, but
Well, you know, it used to when the original Elite was actually much better about the whole docking procedure. All you had to do was line it up and get the rotation correct, and you were all set.
yeah.
This time you actually have to put it down on the pad, and you get fined for putting it on the wrong pad. Like, the
You want
hell?
everything easy. You want things to be easy?
Well,
No.
no. All right, enough mockery of the squirrel. I have not only Elite
Number
Dangerous,
3
but
by Draki.
I not
Can I
only
say
have
the
I not only have the base game at $29.99, I also got the Horizon Season Pass at $30. So that was all kinds of fun.
Okay. Arlen is mocking my laughter. Okay,
All
number 3.
All right.
Color
I can't.
Jet.
This one I can't screw up. All right. Because apparently it's not a live stream if I haven't scrolled up something. All right, Mother Gunship. We spent a lot of time doing in the free fire zones and building little critters, and I wound up. I spent half the game perched on Draki's shoulder when we finally got it all together.
Yeah, Squirrel on the Dracologist. Yeah, it was all kinds of, yeah.
Yeah, Kid is being weird in the chat. Okay, Brian, I get. That's a problem I haven't had in almost ever. All right, Grip Digital, Terrible Posture Games, and this one here will run you $25 US and $5 extra for the soundtrack. So that's actually pretty good. I murdered everything.
I have only one thing to say about Mother Gunship. They should have more weapons available.
You need a
But
gun.
even so, Draki rocked.
Yeah, Jackie did pretty well that day. I've gotten better since.
After all, Draki is our Doom expert.
Alrighty then. Back to this. And we've got
Draki
two more from the
number
Draki.
2.
And
Siak.
number 2, Siak. Little Princess Siak. Or Chiak. I don't know where that name actually comes from, but this was, as far as I'm concerned, this was really well put together. I would recommend this to damn near everybody. Oh No Studio and Smile did a very good job.
Yeah. This is the game that Anita Sarkeesian wanted to make and didn't manage to achieve. This is the game where the princess managed to free herself. Unless you are Squirrel playing.
By the way, Draki's comment to this when we put together the document was adorbs. That was all he had to say.
Yeah, I can see why. It was a cheap game.
All right, this game will run you $14, and I do recommend that you get it. And for $18.67, you can pick up the digital art book, and the soundtrack, all of it. So $4 and $4 and 2/3, and you can have like extra, and you can do that, and you can do the fun thing. All right, and let's finish out with something that was actually something that was
Grip combat racing.
Yeah, it was predictable.
Yeah, which Draki has been grinding for a while and on Squirrel in their race.
That's because I had no idea what I was doing.
You usually drive like shit. Come on.
Well, no.
You
Actually, I
can't
did pretty
drive.
well. I did pretty well. I was just not used to the controls and the way it operated. So, also known as Roll
Okay,
Cake 3.
I watched you play Gorilla Mars Remastered, and I played it later by myself. I
Draki's over
drive
there
better
shit
than
talking.
you.
He says, "Suck it, slowpoke squirrel." Also, Roll Cage 3, also known as Suck It, Slowpoke Squirrel. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right. So, I am told that it is now my turn. Woohoo.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So, how about we start from number 5?
Number 5.
And number 5 should actually be kind of surprising for a few people. Actually, my list is really strange anyway. Right. Let's do that. And what did I do with it? It's here somewhere. I know. Oh, here it is. Okay, number 5. Mary Skelter Nightmares. I actually enjoy me a good dungeon dive, and this one had a really interesting little story to back it up. And even then, a bunch of the characters are really well done. Just all of it. There's some story, there's some interesting little mechanics off the side. Do be careful on the chains, because on the little balance beam chains, because those will get you if you're not careful. They will get you, and you will wind up back where you started from. Those nightmares are a pain in the ass too, if I'm being completely honest. All right then. So yeah, we actually had a considerable amount of challenge. We had some really interesting stuff. Just go for it. We did not play Fluffy Horde there, Nim. I've actually never heard of it. All right. And for my next abomination. Oh wait. Idea Factory and Ghostlight did this one for $25. Next up, we have Evanico. This is a game that I wanted to cover live and could not do so because it's adult. It's very adult, and I didn't want to take the risk that YouTube would get pissy or somebody else would get pissy. And I wind up with a community strike. That was bad. Kitty and I actually played through almost all of this game, and everything made sense, at least in context. It did. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of weird shit in there, but even the hentai bits made perfect sense. This game,
I would say that the secondary characters were very well written.
Yeah,
they
actually,
have their personalities. Yeah,
you saw very few people that didn't have at least something. I mean, even the shopkeepers had their own personalities, including some of the guys that were up for some fun with our hero. His name was Asterisk, also known as Aster. There is a mature content description. I will not be reading that. But yeah, Alicesoft originally put it out. They're known for lots of really interesting stuff. And it was published by Manga Gamer, who actually provided me the key completely unbidden day of release, which I thought was really neat. I could do that, but I think I'd probably still get nailed for it. So I don't want to release it as a private or adult thing.
Private links are still shareables, and
no, it's unlisted that it's still shareable. And yeah, somebody might see it.
If you have a link, you can give the link to someone else.
But a private is just stuck with me. Nobody else could see it. So yeah, you're gonna wander around with 4 girls, all of which are technically, all of which are your wives in this game. And there's a bunch more. He actually winds up with like 10 of them total. That's Cat. That's Kath. She's
Yeah.
she's a very strange bird. Okay. Next
Number
up,
3.
number 3, we have Sorcery Jokers. This is actually a straight up kinetic novel that can be approached and read in a lot of in what almost whatever order you care to. And if you get the order correct, then you're gonna know. Then you'll have some idea of exactly which way you'll get the mystery put together in slightly different ways. Sometimes the details get lost a little bit. But hey, it's all good. There are some. This game is presented uncensored for free. If you pay the price of admission, some $40, then Manga Gamer will be nice and give you the adult patch for free. You just have to have an account at Manga Gamer to get it. It was actually produced by Third Eye, who does really good work 90% of the time. All right. Once again, this game here was provided to me 2 weeks early, unbidden by Manga Gamer. I didn't even know it existed till they sent me a key. And I'm really glad they did, honestly. All right. So, this next one, number 2, is kind of
You are
semi-cheating.
cheating.
Kind of semi-cheating, but not really. Okay, we have some more dungeon diving. Starting with the Bard's Tale trilogy, which really tickled the nostalgia dollar. I paid for this game. I paid money for this, and I paid money for the other one too. Chrome Studios and inXile did a brilliant job rebuilding or re-engineering the old Bard's Tale. And here just recently they put out they finally managed to finish it up with the Bard's Tale 3 in its beta state. It's not quite done and it needs a little bit of polish, but they did some really outstanding shit here. And everything is all as much like I remember it. Not exactly, but it's very, very, very close. They did a beautiful job on this. Okay, the Bard's Tale trilogy is $19.99 or $14.99 on your Steam, and it's got everything all set up. The Thief of Fate beta was released on the solstice, December the 21st of 2018, and was absolutely cool. The other half of this, of course, is, and this is where Kitty thinks I'm really cheating, but I don't think it is the other part, which again I paid money for. inXile finally managed to get the Bard's Tale 4 out the door. And this is one of the very few games that I went to the trouble of pre-ordering. I did in fact do this. I saw all the stuff. I knew what I was walking into, and this game actually works very well. In fact, they went to the trouble of rebuilding the original Skara Brae from the first and third games, almost in its entirety. There's some spots you can't get to, but things that you expect to be in some places are in fact in those places. It's actually really good. The combat system has been changed significantly. There's a lot more strategy to this game. The graphics have been improved. The graphics are completely different, but you still get that feel, and that feel is really what draws it in, and what puts these games at number 2. All right.
Yeah, the feel was something when you played the Bard's Tale 4. I got a private preview.
Grab this here.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's actually outstanding, and I have not spent nearly enough time with that game. I finally managed to get out of Skara Brae. Holy crap, that was hard. It took a while to do that. And I really didn't want to go back to Scar of Wrath because that was bullshit. Alright, let me get the next thing on my list. Real quick, like for you. Actually, I don't even need that. What am I doing? Alright, let me break out the flaming fennec here real quick. That's not there. Here we go. Number 1, Punchline. Punchline is actually a Japanese style pun, because you can get to hear them sing it. It's kind of hard to discern whether they're saying punchline or panty line, and this is actually really what it was all about. We have our hero who, when he gets a panty shot, he gets all excited. If he sees them twice, then yeah, he can go into an absolute nut state that winds up destroying the world. So it's actually Mages and 5PB did this one, and PCube sent me a key for it. I absolutely love the writing for Zero Escape, for the Zero Escape trilogy, and that's what actually attracted me to this game, was the writer and some of the other stuff going there. Utah is stuck in his ghost form, and we have to play it. All right. It's actually a really neat little puzzle game. It's quite enjoyable, actually. All right. So, from here. So, any comments on the various lists?
Nope. Other than, I think everybody picked some good ones.
All right.
It was a good year. It was actually a good year this year for some good, decent games.
For indie and niche titles, it was actually a good year. For AAA titles, not so much.
No. But that's a good thing for indie games to come out with, or some mid-level producers to come out with some good games. Will give competition to some of those who think they are king.
Well, certainly I liked a lot of these better than I would have liked COD Bop Sport. Spunk Gargle Weeby Games, can't stand those things. Seriously. They are actually some of those are actually a major problem.
Get rid of this bug already.
Actually, the bug is apropos because because coming up next are the games that pissed us all off. And I actually don't agree very many of them.
Opal Dragon number 5.
All right, number 5. Ooh, I remember this one. This one is actually not, believe it or not, this one is not currently on Steam. It was actually removed. So it was removed. It was removed so much that I actually had to go to the Wayback Machine to find the page.
Yeah. So, I think it was removed because I guess it was hard to tell, but indications seemed to be that he was faking reviews.
Yeah, that's really what. Okay.
Yeah.
What else you got to say about this?
There's just no way I was touching. Well, there's just no way I was going to touch this game. It was just bad, and it was boring. It just didn't seem interesting. It lacked a lot of stuff. So
that was buggy as shit.
Yeah.
I despise this game myself. There's not good, and then there's truly terrible.
I was glad you reviewed it and I didn't buy it.
How much it was at the time?
It was $12.99 off sale, and yeah, that was not great.
No.
It wasn't worth $2. As far as I'm concerned, it wasn't worth $2 because the guy was getting hungry and thirsty inside of 10 or 15 minutes, regardless of what time scale you went by. either our time scale or the ship's time scale, which was exactly the same. You know, people don't do that. They just don't. All right.
No.
Number 4, Mr. Opal.
Yes, number
Oh, I'm not sure how
4.
to pronounce this.
Hold on, let me grab that. There it is. One store page.
Oh,
Nippon
Watching-
Marathon.
Tell us
Watching
why
you-
this game sucks.
oh, I mean, where do I begin? I mean, the mechanics looked horrible. The whole plot, the whole setup, you know, the character. Oh, I mean, I've seen people do a better job of doing a dog character. It's and the racing mechanics is just no. I mean, I feel sorry for ratting on this person's game, but I'm sorry. I hope the dev at least liked his own game.
Well, Onion Soup Interactive Onion Soup Interactive is an actual studio in Japan, and PQ brought it to us. They actually asked if I wanted it, and I'm going, well, okay, I'll take it. I'll play it and see what happens. And we spent like 10 or 15 minutes on it before Draki's like, eh!
Rack is saying it's Micromaniacs, the shit version.
See, I had to limit myself of bad games to games I watched Squirrel play because, oh man, if I was to take what was totally released this year, it'd be like it would be another 6 months before I'd come up with a list of games.
To be honest with you, we'd probably be sitting here on stream for 6 months just going through it. Okay.
Number 3, Mr. Opal.
It says
Okay,
Brian
this
Stevens.
one's going to cause some controversy. I'm about to have. There's a potential that I might have at least one staff member.
Okay, Brian Stevens says it sucks.
Brian.
Apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. It sucks.
He's Canadian, Brian. What can we do?
Okay, this game sold for $14 and sells for $14.99. If you like the idea of racing down the Shinkansen, I suppose you could probably try it. I didn't actually have that much of a problem with it. But the other side of it is it's physics driven, so that gave me some issues when I was trying to do that first race. That it was really wordy at the front end. Holy crap! Let's see.
Watching you play it reminded me of why I put it on the not interest list on Steam.
Okay. Apparently I didn't.
This next one is going to ruffle a few feathers.
All right.
Or potentially could. Maybe they'll be polite and not say a thing.
All right. So next
Number
up.
3, Opal.
Number 3. It's up yet. Log jammers. I'm sorry. Okay. This is a well-built game, and for those who like sports games like this, they'll probably like this. But I was like, no, and I just felt it was a waste of doing a retro style game. That's just me. It's just
It actually
I'm
took.
sorry, people. I didn't like that one.
Okay. You know what? It actually took me a while to get to be able to figure out exactly what I was supposed to do with this game. I actually liked the retro style NES type graphics, and they actually produced handmade wooden cartridges to go in your NES if you actually have one of those. But yeah, it's essentially air hockey with hatchets and really weird environments. So
There was one that was very sticky, yucky.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them this. It was like a really cool thing that they would have it have a custom cartridge for it. You bought the custom cartridge, the hand graphic cartridge. That was kind of a cool feature, but
Yeah,
The game is-
unfortunately, I couldn't
sorry.
get one of those. I was too
Yeah,
late.
the game, I just, there's just no way I'd play this. It's just, no. I mean, I'm not that big on sports games, but this just hit a no note for me.
Number 2, Mr.
Hold on,
Opal.
I got a couple more notes on this. Mega Cat
Oh,
Studios
sorry.
actually sent us the version that we got is a pre-release version. It doesn't actually release until the full version doesn't actually release until next month. Mega Cat Studios was absolutely thrilled to send me a copy. Actually, they wound up sending me like 4 of them. 5. I got one. Kitty got one. There was one for one or two for a giveaway, which I think they're already gone. I might have one left. And they sent one for my 8-year-old son. So, Brian, actually, Pong would almost be accurate as well. Except, of course, that you don't deflect the balls. You can all you can really do is grab it and not let it into the other goal. Alrighty then. What is next? Oh, right, got it. All right.
Now, I normally like a lot of simulation games, but there is a certain class of simulation games that I just don't like.
No,
All right,
it's not
Kitty.
this
No,
one.
that's not it. That's
No.
not it.
Oh no,
Not it. It's
that's
Skylight.
not it. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Skylight.
There it is. One $15 game coming from Ed McNeil.
And the only thing I'd say about this is this was just pure boring. I mean, if it had a fancy 3D graphics, you know, scenario where you could like do like movie footage type, you know, as if you were filming a movie, you could move around like you were filming a movie, and it had like all the special effects and everything, I might have given it a pass. But no, I mean, games where you set stuff up and you just hit play or fight or whatever, and you just sit there and watch, maybe making the odd change here and there. No, I just pure boring. Just bored me.
I almost failed. I actually remember I almost failed the tutorial mission due to bad strategy.
Yeah.
All right. That actually comes with both VR and non-VR editions. And Ed actually contacted me, if I remember correctly, to give me the key for this one. Frankly, I'd forgotten about it. All right.
Okay, this next one, I almost don't want to have you show it because I don't want to cause psychological trauma.
Right. Speaking of psychological trauma, this game, as far as I'm concerned, this game is just an example of all of the shovelware that's been put on Steam this year. So, tell me why this is number 1. Like I don't already know.
It's just bad design, bad concept, and even if I was somebody who's looking for this type of game, I could tell right away it didn't have. I don't even think you could get the proper depth you would need as a psychiatrist. It's just, we're just not there yet. This would be like trying to make a high-tech computer back in the Stone Age.
Damn. That's just wrong. That is several layers of wrong.
Even if you could get something to work, where's the outlet for you to plug it into? That sums up this game. It's just all forms of wrong. It's just, it doesn't have the AI. It doesn't have the depth. It doesn't have
clothes.
It doesn't have any entertainment value whatsoever.
Or clothes, because all of your patients are shirtless.
Yeah.
You only ever see
what's
their
wrong with
faces.
that?
I mean, if they're gonna walk through the door naked, you might as well at least show us some tits. Come on. Okay. If you want it $2, go for it.
Yeah. It,
too
the game was
many.
that bad. That if the game was that bad, even mail tips would have made it more valuable.
Honestly, I think it was actually, $398 too expensive. Or no, not 398, $302 too expensive for us to spend any time on it or even download it really.
Yeah,
My bandwidth cost
yeah.
more than this game should have. Alrighty
Well, that's
then.
my worst.
Yeah, it's been a lot worse. Okay.
Okay.
So now it is Kitty's turn.
Okay, it is number 5.
Kitty number 5.
Exotic matter.
Exotic matter. Go for it.
You know that I love puzzle games and escape the room and all this kind of stuff. But the first room that Squirrel entered, he got stuck there and there was no one stuck in, and he tried to reload the game and the game wouldn't reload. So yeah, maybe they fixed, maybe not, but
What I found, the
I,
thing, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, absolutely no fun, and not even, I cannot even praise the graphics. Because I pay attention to this kind of detail graphics. Not even this. So, sorry.
Yeah, actually, I think it was actually a pressure plate system. If you closed one door, the other one opened. But unfortunately, we couldn't move fast enough to get through the other door. And I got that room. I got stuck in it, and I could not get out. And there was at that time no freaking walkthrough. Uh-oh, what?
You gave the wrong link for
Did I? Damn.
for the next one.
Oh yeah, I did. All right, I'll grab it and pass it.
I'm grabbing it here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This thing was put out by Mobius Games and will run you $20 on Steam or whatever your equivalent is. $20, €20, and probably about 15 pounds.
1.
All right, let's go ahead and grab that here. I don't think I have that one even installed. There you go. In case of emergency release Raptor. That was actually amusing. All right. Here we go. It's baryonic if you.
Yeah, no fun. It's this. It was kind of nausea, epilepsy inducing, and this thing about retrieving memories that you and then you go to some weird spaces that supposedly are your mind, and lots of speculation from the background when she's still there. And the concept, it's actually interesting but badly executed.
Okay. Kyodai Limited and SuzeQ Publishing, and there was a bit of a question about how that worked. $10 will get you a copy, and if you want the soundtrack too, $13.48. But if you have to buy the soundtrack separately, it's $5. So there you go. Alrighty then. What do we got next? Oh, right.
If you want to buy it.
What did I do with it? There it is. Here we go. From the makers of Suicide Guy, we have Suicide Guy Sleeping Deeply.
Sleeping Deeply. My comment here on on the working file is the horror. Yeah, I didn't like the first one, and I most certainly didn't like the second one. And I would rather people don't make games with the suicide word on it. That's just me. Maybe some people enjoyed the game. Maybe the reviews are mostly positive. I don't care. I didn't like it, and I object to the suicide being a thing in a game. That's me.
Okay. My opinion of it, of course, is that it was the suicide part was just all a huge joke. But sometimes maybe you don't want to make. There's some jokes maybe you don't want to make. I'm completely okay with jokes about everything. Okay, Fabio Ferrara put this game together. It was published by Chubby Pixel, and will run you $4, or twice, or just over twice that for both games, Suicide Guy and Suicide Guy Sleeping Deeply.
The one thing
Uh,
I'll say, the one thing I'll say though is, I have no problems with any of these games existing as long as they're not crossing any legality lines like
yeah,
copyright or snuff.
I will. To be honest, it doesn't imply anything like promoting the idea of suicide. And I'm not offended in like SJW offended. I object to it.
and of course you're
I
Yeah,
welcome to
don't
you
do
can
think
go.
it,
You
exactly
can
that.
choose not to buy.
considering that I lost people to suicide, I would rather not have games named Suicide something. That's it.
Yeah, no, that I can totally understand. That's a choice for yourself.
Hey, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
That's your opinion, and you are welcome
Mm-hmm.
to it. I thought it was kind of
Yep.
neat, but it was mechanically a little weird. All right, what do we got next? Oh, right.
Number 2. Yes.
Number 2. I accidentally put this one up a little bit.
Bully Beat Down. I understand that bullying is a thing. I suffered bullying in high school, so I know what it is. And this is the revenge of the bully. And technically, considering that people over 13 can have their Steam account, it gives you a better idea of a solution on how to solve your bullying issues.
Well, sometimes it's just like that.
It's the fantasy of the ultimate revenge of the bullied person, and no. You suck it up, you woman up or man up, it depends on what you want, and you grow out of that, become an adult, and try to be adjusted. That's it.
Yeah, and you can do.
All right. And now
And my number 1,
is wait,
uh,
wait, wait, wait for it. Wait for it.
That's the squirrel's number. Oh, just skip somewhere. Yeah, number 1. Yeah.
Click, click. Here we go.
yeah, when Squirrel played this game, he had the demo version. I was thrilled. And there is a channel that went through the entire playthrough, including the different endings. And then I got really upset. What was the concept of androids having feelings and this kind of thing eventually became a movement like Android Lives Matter. And honestly, I cannot recommend this game. The entire premise that you could have choices, that there was a chart of your choices, that you could replay certain branches, and depending of your choice, you couldn't even reach the end of the game. No, this kind of human rights for androids banner that they decided to put in the game. No, thank you.
All right. David Cage is actually responsible for this game. And if I remember correctly, this was actually a full price game at $60. AAA games tend to do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're tasty, sometimes they're not. David Cage, we do is known for his weird ass shit, and sometimes the weird ass shit works, and sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
It was an interesting concept, an interesting way of telling a story, but the story itself went way too much into the social justice department and
And very narrow. Didn't give you options to go different
no.
places. Oh,
So we have Drake's number 5 now.
All right, give me a second to grab the thing. All right, Opal, you want to run? You want to run? You want to run with this one?
I don't have his list here. Just did it get posted?
Let me do it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. You stop doing that,
Shadow
Opal.
of the Tomb Raider.
For number 5.
Oh. He should get
I
his butt in here and tell us why he didn't like it.
Eidos Montreal Crystal Dynamics and published by Square Enix. It was thoroughly discounted.
Frankie said because no personality. Frank is in the chat if he wants to say something.
Or at least he was in the chat. Oh yeah, he's been in the chat just recently. And we are getting close to the end of our list here, which is good. Okay, being bland, boring, and just drawn out meh.
Okay. So, number 4.
Okay.
Very, very, very bland.
And grab the store page. Here we go. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth.
Yeah, not scary at all. And
Wait a minute, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's not the game I'm looking for.
Really?
Yeah. Let's try the one I've actually got installed. Yeah, that's the one. This is the one. Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one.
This the one?
Yep, this is the right one.
Do I have the correct link?
I'll give you the correct one. Because I actually had it. I actually had it wrong myself. So, here. I'll just put it up.
I got it already.
Okay. This one was just marked Call of Cthulhu. And yeah, we're running around trying to maintain our sanity. And Dracologist says the main character is an unlikable twat. Actually, I played this game for the Halloween stream, and I didn't actually object to it.
I found it visually, in terms of graphics, I liked it. But Drake tells that there is no story. He watched on another channel the entire thing. Yeah. That it isn't scary, and
oh, by the way,
comment, everything else was just, oh, I'm spooky yet.
He says because not scary. Draggy, next year you are presenting your own shit. We're not doing it for you. Am I spooky? Yep. Okay. All right, next one here. I kind of disagree. 3. I disagree with this next one, but I didn't write this list, so. All right, there we go. This is the one he actually objected to. He didn't say much about the other one.
Galgun double piece.
Galgun double piece.
Because fucking hell, Japan.
was hilarious. I laughed at that.
I
I mean, the
liked this
gameplay was
game. I
mediocre.
really did.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay was mediocre. It was the story and the quirkiness that made it enjoyable.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Tracky says child
we got
molestation simulator. It's not actually because the protagonist is the same age as
Not.
the rest of them,
yeah.
and
Everybody's the
Come on,
same age.
Crash.
there is actually no active sex in the game. You get a lot of fan service, a lot of suggestiveness, but nobody's actually getting laid. It's a
So
little
we played
risque.
this.
It is a little risque, and no, not every Japanese game does this. All right.
No, name, you're wrong.
Okay, this one was developed by Inti Creates Company Ltd. And published by P-Cube. I liked it. The only problem I'm having with this is it's got $200, $215 for the DLC, one of which is the Pheromone
Wow.
Z item at $90. So,
Ouch.
all right.
Deal-
But the
deal
base
scared
game
me
was
up.
actually good enough, and it will run you $40 on Steam if you want to go get it. I know this for some of you, this will actually be one of those guilty pleasures, despite the fact that somebody put it on his ick list.
Well, we just know who the prudes are. Well, he's not in here to defend himself, so.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, here's a game. The next game up is one that went on
Number 2.
pretty much everybody's. Well, here we go. Milky Boobs, which is actually currently on sale. It looks like Drunken Apes did this. It's you're running around with a milk gun.
Okay, this one I can't disagree with because it's just cheesy. Well, okay, so it's not cheesy yet. It hasn't finished curdling.
What did he say? Because shameless attempt at titillate
Yeah.
with emphasis on
Titillate.
tit. It's like, what?
That was the center cream of it.
All the hot babes went crazy. There's only one thing that can control them down: your cool, thick, and extra juicy milk. Really? Yeah. Somebody was actually trying to be an edgelord here. The Drunken Apes have done a couple of other things, but this was actually just kind of silly. That and they neglected to fix the the physics engine was just left alone.
Yeah. There's just no way they could have buttered up us up enough to change our minds.
I don't know. Let's see. And of course,
And number 1 is in your browser.
it's actually not, but I'll get it.
Nope.
And true to my word, I'm not touching this. I am not actually gonna say a word about this one.
Okay, now you got my curiosity. Oh, okay, now I know.
Okay.
Fallout.bethesda.net.
Because shameless money grab.
At least that's what he said.
Yeah.
He actually before Kitty and I played this one live, he spent most of the week prior to that just ragging it. He answered the question way in advance. Cunty rogue,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
okay.
surprised he-
Yeah,
If
okay,
he's
Dracky,
money grabs-
we hear you.
So if he's going after money grabs, I am surprised he didn't go after Atlas.
Yeah.
That was I'm sorry, that was worse than 76 because
Oh, wait for it. Just wait for it. Okay, because I'm up next. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm definitely gonna have something to say about that. Alrighty then. Any other? Take me away from here. Okay. Anything anybody else wants to say about it? They should have to pay
I
their
already
players this
said
rent.
what I had to say,
Yeah.
and I will only say anything good about Bethesda again the day that they, instead of fixing the game that they will not fix, they allow us to mod it at our own leisure.
Yeah, Nexus Mods already has a few, but they've banned more than one person. Okay. So,
So yours number 5,
yeah,
sir.
it's time for me to take up the game reviewer mantle once again. All right, let's do this thing. Come on. There we go. Alrighty
Number
then.
5 first.
Here we go. Starting with We Happy Few in the number 5 slot. Holy crap, this was... I expected so much more of this game. It was kind of it's kind of built itself as an open world, and it's actually pretty closed, which wasn't actually all that bad. Compulsion Games went to Gearbox to get publishing, and right after that, everything went to shit. Just everything. It's Babysitting Simulator 2018. When it came out of early access, you had all of the I have to get food, I have to get water, I have to do this and that and other things. And really, I think the game lost most of its charm. It also lost its price tag. It was originally 15 or 20 bucks in early access, and Gearbox changed it to 60. It went from to holy crap, AAA pricing. What the unholy? Buy this bundle and get
And
the
you
two
gave me
don't
the
have.
wrong link.
Did I? That's no good.
And
We
I
can't have
can't
that.
remove it here.
All right.
Can you remove the wrong link?
What?
For some reason, I cannot remove it.
Well, it says here message retracted. So
Retracted. Yeah, you
Okay.
retracted the message, so.
whether you can see it or not is irrelevant.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, you got it. What else can I say about this thing? It's like I said, it had a lot of promise in the early going, and now not so much. It's just bleh. I wanted to like this game. I really did, and it just never came down. It really didn't. Really wanted to like this game. All right. And now for something that actually made me kind of pissy. Ark Survival Evolved. This game was actually originally released in 2017, but they had an expansion pack that was released just recently. And let's just say that I am at this point well displeased. I don't actually have, I'm actually missing one of the DLCs. I'm actually missing Aberration. But this game has always had this one here has always had problems. From releasing their very first expansion pack way on the early side, before it was even out of early access, all the way up to now needing 30 gigabyte patches, and just now, without all of the expansion packs, needing 150 gigabytes to install. I mean, that's a huge number. I mean, I've seen 60 gigabyte games. I've seen a couple of them that are bigger. This is actually almost twice the biggest game I'd had previous to this. Hell, I modded the shit out of Skyrim and the Skyrim Special Edition, and I still couldn't come up with that much, even after the mods were installed and holding on to holding on to all of the installers for those mods. I still didn't get anywhere near that. And on top of that, it's just one more survival game. Just one more. It doesn't matter. It's Rust with dinosaurs.
Well,
And then
You got all
and
your
then
links wrong, sir.
and then they what? I got my what?
You got all the links wrong.
Are you gonna be
I'm
kidding?
fixing it here.
All right.
No.
well,
the
the one thing I was surprised you didn't cover because this is.
Hey, I'm not done yet, Opal. And then when they finished when they decided to put out their pirate game, also they currently known as Atlas, what they did was they reskinned it and charged more money. Okay, this one here was $50 done by Studio Wildcard and Instinct Games, and I'm going to show you Atlas. And Atlas is another $30. It shouldn't have taken that kind of. It shouldn't have. They shouldn't be doing that kind of money. It's got 18,796 negative reviews. This shit got bombed, and you know what? I can't disagree. But 18,000 copies of the game. I'm still thinking that Atlas made their money back. Review bombing really isn't worth it. Is that a fucking Hydra? It is. It's a four-headed Hydra. Just, no. Because you're actually... The bugs were just fantastic. They got their own engine all straightened out and mostly working for Ark Survival Evolved. They reskinned it and all the bugs came back. All of them. They all came back.
Opal used to play Ark.
I used to play it mostly working. That's like that's like trying to say Venezuela is a decent country to visit.
Okay. Nice place to visit. Wouldn't want to live there. No, actually, Venezuela's a shithole. Venezuela, for what I've been hearing of late, is a complete and utter shithole. Alrighty then.
That's the one thing I've noticed about the company. And don't get any mistake. They actually go under different names, I've noticed, but the licenses are all shared. Is that they don't they only fix half the bugs in their games. They're more concerned about adding content. This is the one thing I've noticed. I've gotten a few games from that is from that group of companies, and you see the same thing over and over again in their games.
Instant Games, Studio Wildcard, fix your shit. Really, don't give us more content. Fix your shit first. Really, even Bethesda knows that one, and Bethesda has been shit on. Has been getting shit on since E3. Although I'm actually looking forward to the new Dune game. That is actually way up there on my anticipated list. Alrighty then, let's go for the next one. Alright, next one up. And this one actually hurt to do this. It really hurt. Shopkeep 2. I played the original Shopkeep. It was really neat. It was a lot of fun. And then Strange Fire and Excalibur released this. The first time I tried to play it for you guys, I had a bug that zoomed everything in completely. I was fixed on one spot in the terrain and I couldn't do shit. After a patch, I managed to get the field of view from holy shit 1 degree, or actually pretty much 0, and back out to something resembling what actual humans can see. So it's not what I call, it wasn't what I call great, and even if it were, you still just nothing quite went right. That's what I'm thinking. Nothing quite went right, and instead of sending adventurers out, you have to go out and get the shit yourself. And I just no. We're trying to build a shop, not be a farmer. Don't want to farm. I don't want to farm. I don't want to go visit the dude with the freaking stools and the little tables. I want to be able to go in the back, order the shit, pick it up after a minute or so, and put it out on the shelf. Really. If they had stuck to that, and upgraded the graphics and worked out a few more things, given us some more stuff to work with, or maybe even let us wander normally around town like you could at night in the original Shopkeep, then maybe that would have been better. That would have actually been, in a lot of ways, that would have been a lot better. But hey, you know what? I don't want to. And actually, I don't mind. The only thing I really didn't mind was the ability to renovate the store. Sigh. Not the most fun thing ever. And really, that turned out to be the thing. I apologize. You know, Strange Fire, Excalibur Games. I'm not gonna hold this against you, but damn, this just didn't do it for me. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Now for a real piece of shit.
Oh?
Yes. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. Store page for that. Welcome to number 3, Exodus. And you start this game out crashed on the moon with no additional oxygen supply. You have to come up with everything you need before you run out of O2. You have to come up with everything you need to build a shelter, and you have no shelter on board. This
was horrible.
This is number 2.
Oh, yeah.
This is number 2. Yeah, number 1 is coming. Trust me.
Yeah, you got deprived of oxygen every time you tried.
Yeah. I don't know. I started 5 or 6 or 8 times. It took me a while to figure out exactly what the hell I was supposed to do. But you're all by yourself, and you have to try and survive on the moon. Yeah, no, not happening.
You know what?
You had a few tools, and that was pretty much it. Lucas Game and KVRA, which I assume is a Russian outfit, I think. This game is apparently still in early access, and it's $5. And quite frankly, it's probably about $5 too much.
You know, when I watched you play this, I thought it was like a tech demo. You know, something you take to investors to say, "Hey, I got this game idea. I just need to finish. I just need capital to finish developing it." Oh.
I don't actually think a venture capitalist would go for this. I really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kickstarter wouldn't have helped either. No.
Demos are, they're just like, they have hardly anything in core mechanics.
Well, unlike my time at Porsche, where you can actually go in and mine, which I actually liked doing for reasons I don't get. I know that first little mine area that you can get into, I completely dug everything out under the floor, and that was freaking hilarious. I had to walk my ass back through all of the tunnels I made, and you would have thought that you were looking at an ant colony under there. Seriously, it was that bad. I spent hours down there just beating the crap out of rock, and I picked up some really neat shit. But yeah, got some new recipes and said squirrel the church, because they were suppressing information. Yeah. That's the ticket. Yeah. Okay. And now,
number 1
for the ultimate in stupid for games. This one might actually surprise a few people. But even Exodus, as far as I'm concerned, even Exodus did better than this. Because this was... there it is. One store page. And I give you extinction. You have to kill the goblins, or whatever the hell those are supposed to be. You have to kill the big things. Except that you're targeting your shit. Your premise is the premise of kind of saving the citizenry from the big giant meanie and the little bitty goblin things wasn't terrible, but it was really freaking thin. You are a washed up little mercenary type that's supposed to do all the things and save the freaking world. Your mission control is an absolute nutjob bitch. I did not get her in any way, shape, or form. I'll be honest with you, I would have probably switched them out. I would have switched them one for the other and let him be mission control. It probably would have been a little saner. The writing was crap. And the mechanics, oh god, the mechanics of taking down the big things, just absolutely terrible.
I'm here horrified at the price.
Hold on a second, I'll get to that. Iron Galaxy and Modus Games. Modus Games usually usually sends really good stuff. I don't know about Iron Galaxy. I've only ever seen the one game out of them. And this is just not me. What I would do is rebuild the game, fix the goddamn targeting system for the big mobs, because unless you really feel like playing Hunt the Pixel while you're playing a bad knockoff of Attack on Titan, which was a thing, it was actually apparently a really decent game, which I didn't play. And it's $60.
Yeah.
Just wow. $60. Not worth $60. For $60, I'd go get Attack on Titan. I really would. Fortunately for me, I didn't pay for that one. Actually, I didn't. I don't think I paid. The only ones I paid for were the Bard's Tale games off of this list. Everything else was in keys. Sometimes multiple keys for them. There's a $15 season pass for this thing, even worse. The deluxe edition is Extinction, Jackal Evasion, Rampage, and Skybound Sentinel. That's all of the DLC. There's $21 worth of it, or $15 if you want to buy the season pass. And I can't bring my. I uninstalled it right after that live stream. It was horrible. That was and yeah, okay, I'm not exactly great for some of these games. Some of these games just don't do. Some of these games I suck at them, but this isn't a question of suck. This is a question of a really bad game. I've got 10 seconds to hunt the correct pixel to cut the damn thing's head off, and if I miss, I have to go down and kill some more gobbies and save some more peoples just to get my energy back up, so I can try and get back up on the damn thing to make some murder death kill. And the thing actually regenerates. It regenerates whole limbs in just a few minutes. You've got X amount of time, and it's I could not deal with it. Take it back. Cut the price in half. Actually, cut the price to a quarter of its current. Go back, redo the targeting system, do all of the other crap, and then maybe you've got something. Me personally, I'd probably strip it down to the engine and just do something else. Yeah, you could use the magic attack to kill the gobos, and I need that magic attack to get up there for the decapitation attacks. I don't recommend this game to anyone, because unless you're a super fan of Attack on Titan, you're probably not going to want to look at this game much anyway, and the super fans of Attack on Titan would just go, bad knockoff, suck! Okay. Wow. Just wow. All right, I think that's my rant concluded. And we got about 20 and
Yeah.
we still got about 20 minutes left on the normal stream time. I'm impressed. We actually managed to make it through without going 3 hours.
Yeah, I
I
told you, 40 games to comment on. In the old days, we used to have like 73 when we were doing green light gatherings. So yeah,
honestly, I want
Marshall.
Greenlight back. Give it back, damn it.
Yeah,
Come on, Valve.
I know.
The Steam Greenlight, Steam
Yeah.
Red Light, give it freaking back.
Who would have thought that we would miss green light so fucking much?
Well, you know what? Honestly, Greenlight was a pile of shit, but it was a pile of shit that actually had at least something that resembled gatekeeping. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Valve threw the gates open, yeah, it went from bad to worse. It really did.
Yeah.
You're saying it's like Opal says in the chat. So what are you saying? It's a game for those that like permadeath and one hit point players. Yeah, no, it's not even good for that. It wants to be the Dark Souls of Dark Souls, and it's just not. Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about Greenlight. It had its flaws in the system because of the bots voting and this kind of thing. But at least, yes, it was a form of gatekeeping. The community was involved, the gamers were involved, and now we are lost. Every day you look at the new releases and you are, what the fuck? You look into your queue and no thanks, no thanks, no thanks.
No thanks, no thanks, no thanks. Fuck that. Pop the ignore on it. Oh god, my ignore list is huge now. It's just ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's expanding thanks to the games I've been exposed to.
Oh, right there.
Another thing about 2018 is that the creation of the Epic Game Store, where the users, the consumers, we, the gamers, cannot leave reviews. And there is a strong push so that Valve does the same thing. And
I honestly doubt Gabe will bow to that.
This way, there will be a revolution because it's important to allow the consumers to give their reviews. Yes, there is occasionally a review bombing. Yes. But then assign people to moderate these kind of things. You see that follows a pattern and this kind of stuff. Okay. But not to allow us to give money to these people to have a voice and rely on who? Gaming journalism?
Oh shit, no, don't do that.
What games are good? I prefer to hear from my fellow gamers. Seriously.
Yeah.
The problem, of course, is that most of the quote unquote mainstream gaming outlets seem to want to engage in identity politics and shit, and we just no, don't do that. I don't want to know that Far Cry 5 could have had better representation.
What was the game that the PC Gamer got it wrong about the backstories of the transgender and said that they were lacking?
Oh God, I know.
It was this week.
RimWorld.
Oh yeah, RimWorld.
Only to discover that these backstories were written by people who were working with the developers. Some were backers, some were just fans, and they gave their stories free to use.
Actually, if I remember right, that was
the only thing that they make a small amendment at the end that some backers wrote the stories.
Yeah,
this was the only
thing. That was actually one of their donation pledges. There were a few people that did that, and I'm gonna get this off my freaking screen. I don't even want to look at the fucking store page for that.
Go to something entertaining.
So yeah, we have to rely on this kind of people to tell us what games are good. No, thank you. I want to be able to continue to rely on people like me.
Or people like you.
Yeah.
People like you folks in the chat. So,
Yeah.
chat, here's the deal. I got one for you. Okay. Can you give the number one the number one good games that all four of us selected? The one that does will have their choice of games, or at least for the ones that I actually have keys for on hand. And go. You might want to type that in the chat so that they can actually get that before we have to sit here on dead air for a minute and a half.
Yeah. Well, I can give a little soapbox message to.
Oh, by the way, Opal
I'm
and
typing it.
Opal, Kitty, and Dracologist are not valid for these because they actually have the lists. You guys can't answer. Okay. Too Many Accounts says Red Faction Remastered. Actually, it says Red Faction Remastered, which is wrong.
It wasn't. It was my number 5.
Yeah.
Of course, we got to go all. I had to go answer. Yeah, yeah, that doesn't work, Tracky. And you have the list anyway. The four of us that put it in our opinions all have a copy of the list, so they can actually just go look in the. They can just go look in the document. So no, that would be cheating.
Yeah.
For once,
And
the
plus,
panel
I got
is
enough
not
goodies.
going to get.
Plus, I got enough goodies.
It's the number one. It's the number one good games.
Yeah, number one good games. Oh.
Which ones did we say were our favorites across the board?
Yeah. No one will guess mine.
Yours and Drakus are very easy.
No, they're the most difficult ones to figure out.
Purdue Games is here, and Airsick Hydra. I think Airsick actually gets. Airsick has more time than I do to do these things, so he probably comes out. He probably will come up for air a little more often. So, who's got them? Although I may actually do a random game. Let's see. What have I got handy?
Well, take a look at what you got handy and pick a couple good ones and then randomly pick.
Okay. Which one, Nim? There's a bunch of those. I think there's like 11 of them.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, don't bug Nim about that.
Don't forget about all the other side ones, you know. Like
Well, you gotta
there's
start.
Pinball, Sign Quest, I think, I can't remember.
Mutant Year Zero, okay, that's one. We have a Dragon Quest game, Mutant Year Zero. Yep, that one is correct. Hey, Richard, welcome from Canada.
Ah, Richard has improved himself.
No, he's actually
Oh, seriously?
he's on holiday. He's got to go back to
I'm
work
just-
eventually.
I'm just teasing. Oh, so he has to go back to his shitty job in America.
No, not America.
No.
He's British.
UK.
I'm just teasing. Oh.
Okay, that would be Dragon Quest 11.
Let's see. If somebody can beat him to the other, name them all before he finishes naming them.
I think Nin is going back to the stream.
Whether he does it, hey, kudos to him.
Some racing game that Nim tuned out for. Wow. That's just funny. I think I might actually take that for an answer. Come on.
I was going to vote to take that one, accept that one as a valid answer.
Too many accounts. I did actually hear about Pitchford's USB underage adult activities stick. That's okay. He actually sued his lawyer before his lawyer sued him, making silly claims. I don't know that that the USB stick is actually a thing. It might be, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure I shouldn't anyway. Righty then. I'm just gonna click this off right here. The Squirrelly Awards. Yep. Every time.
Yeah.
I did hear about that. But apparently there was also some critical top secret shit on that stick as well. So, yeah, you're welcome aboard there, Rich. You have the link to the Hangout, I believe.
Yes.
He should have.
I sent him the link.
Cool. Come on down and visit. But you missed that's some weeb trash. Nah. That was actually the game that I put up was actually just hilarious, and that was the big thing.
With trash.
Of course you had to.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Still looking for some names, guys. All right. We got some. Richard should be in a second. And property to fund Pitchford's private cravings. Oh God, yeah, I know. I don't know about that. Too many accounts. Well, he left Aliens Colonial Marines on Steam, so I think that's probably a good place to start. I'm still pissed off at whoever sent me that. I don't hold grudges for years, but damn, that was just fucking wrong. All right.
Where is Richard?
He said he was coming. He said he wanted to come in. Well, we got 5 minutes left. Technically, we're already at 2 hours.
It's taking Richard too long to come.
Well, at least
Kitty?
he takes his time.
Kitty, phrasing. Just phrasing. That's all I'm going to say. Phrasing. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible, and I know.
I'm a horrible person. I'm
I
going
know
through
you.
hell.
You
I
did
know.
that shit on purpose. You did that on
Dude,
purpose.
whenever I can make a pun out of something, you know I do it.
Really?
Oh,
All right. And here we go. I've got this. I actually have this game here that I'm going to pass out. If we can actually get all 4 answers. We've
Come
got
on, Neil,
2, but not the
you-
other 2.
You
Saw
need
this
to
in
be-
the. Hey,
he-
Vibrantly, how you
he-
doing, man? You actually missed the tops and bottoms, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You can always I leave these things up as VODs, so you can watch it to your little heart's content. End of stream time. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't see Richard. Hello, Richard. Are you
Yeah.
here? You are certainly welcome aboard. Come on, come on.
come
You're in
on,
here
Richard.
somewhere.
There he is.
Ah.
Hello, Richard.
There he is.
Hello there. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Long time no visit, man. Haven't
Muted
seen you in a
again.
while.
Unmute yourself, Richard.
Don't mute yourself, Richard.
What?
Don't be a mute.
Hello?
Hello, I
Can
hear
me
you.
now?
We hear you now. We heard you
That was
before,
weird.
actually.
It was weird.
Yeah, we don't want to be accused of cutting your tongue out.
Who's that? Is that Opal Dragon or is that Nim?
That's Opal
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
We got some Opal. We got some Opal.
Somebody
Uh
else was.
oh.
He's Canadian. It's
Did I have my-
understandable.
Did I have my camera on there for a second?
I need you to get another one.
Well, it won't show in the stream, don't worry.
No, it's okay.
Just wow, dude. Go get another one. Guest hosting on a channel in an hour or so. Okay, Vibrantly. Make sure you get us a link and I will see. Gonna break YouTube and Discord, huh? That should be hilarious.
Well, this is not bad. I'm using this on my iPad.
Hey, actually, an iPod. An iPod? Why are you?
iPad.
Yeah.
iPad.
What?
Well,
No, no, no,
Giving
no.
money
I
to
pronounced it
Apple,
correctly.
Richard.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
You can still hear me, can't you?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah.
We're doing good. You are coming through loud and clear, dude. So what you been up to?
No, I've been skiing over here mainly. We're taking a day off today because today's the busy day.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
Well, it's not doing that. Not much detail really. Just been doing it really. Good snow conditions.
Oh, good. I was just gonna ask you how the slopes were.
Yeah, and good neck. Very good condition.
Outstanding.
Take
Huh.
it you're in BC or you staying on...
I'm in Alberta.
Alberta border, yeah.
I'm in Banff area of Alberta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right.
Well, if I went to Whistler, I'd be very close by to where Squirrel is.
Yep. You could drop down across the border and actually drive here. It wouldn't actually be that far.
How long are we talking here?
Yeah, a couple of hours maybe. I actually
not bad
live
at
just
all.
south of Seattle, so
I didn't realize you were so close to Canada.
yeah. No, I'm actually not that far up.
Were he a little bit closer, he would be apologizing for it.
Nice to talk to you again. Nice to talk to you again, Kitty.
Yeah.
wanna
You
be
have
close
to
the,
have to show up for Zero no Kisaki. We moved it to Tuesday.
Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be out skiing when you're doing that, so I probably won't be
Yeah.
there. I do apologize, but I'm not
Don't
gonna be there.
apologize. Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, I will do.
Definitely.
But that's okay. Like I said, I leave those things on VOD so you can actually go back and watch it later. Speaking of, how do you think we're doing on that?
I think you're doing fine. I have been watching, but I've kind of been on and off a little bit because I'm still waiting for that patch. But I will watch it. I have been watching. It's just
well, that's a good
I
thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's this all about then? Is it supposed to be rating the best and worst games of 2018?
Yep. Actually, we've already done it. We finished it up a little while. We finished it up a little bit ago.
Yeah. So you're just finishing up now, are you?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Oh well, it's nice to come on at the end so I can have a little chat with you.
Hey, you are certainly welcome. You're always welcome, Richard.
It doesn't really matter if my camera was on because you already know what I look like anyway.
But yeah, we had some interesting stuff to go on. So
I'll have to go back and watch it. I forgot that because of the time difference, I've lost track of the times. I'm 7 hours behind where I usually am.
Ah, is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm 7 hours behind, so I've kind of lost track, even though I had the day off. Even though I took the day off skiing. So what can you do? What can you do?
What can you do? That's pretty much it. You're an hour ahead of me, so.
An hour ahead? You're 8 hours behind. In the UK. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right on that Pacific coast.
Yep. Alrighty then. So
I'll let you get back.
Yeah. Actually, we're just gonna wrap it up. We don't have a winner this time, but yeah. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate y'all coming. Don't forget to like.
Got somebody close, but they never quite got the joke.
Yeah, folks. Don't forget. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We actually do read all the comments, and we respond to most of them. If you got criticisms or just to say, hey, good job, buds. You picked some good ones. Mostly we don't do a lot of AAA on this channel, primarily because I can't afford it. And the AAA companies don't like giving me keys because I'm not big enough. But,
well, AAAs have been bombing lately.
Yeah, I know, and that's actually worse.
Look at Bungie. They've now left the hands of, the claws of Activision are now going independent.
Yep, and you know what? All the more luck to them.
Destiny might actually become a decent product.
I know, right? Without Activision, without ActiBliz like writing them like a freaking like a farm boy on a cow.
I think with when it comes to Democause, I think they went with it because it became before the time where indies really took off when they took on the deal with Activision. Remember, it was back in 2010.
Yeah, I remember, and they're. I don't think Vibrantly's actually. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry if I changed the subject.
No, you're all good. We kind of had that chat a little bit. Bethsoft has had a bad year, but I'm not talking about that game.
Look what Blizzard did. They just had to advertise a mobile game in front of a PC enthusiast crowd.
I know. They paid money
That's
for.
That's probably the biggest PR gaffe you could ever come up with.
Well, aside from leaked customer data, but yeah. Or semi-leaked customer data.
I was talking about Blizzard, not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Blizzard. You guys don't have phones? It's like what? You wanna give us a microtransaction-related pile of shit, and we're gonna just take that?
Yeah.
No.
I spent a lot of money on making a gaming system, buying a console and all its peripherals just to game on my phone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I got my PS4 Pro just so I could play big name games, big name games on a touchscreen. Great stuff. I bought my gaming laptop just to be able to do that.
and then you're gonna put it on my damn phone. But this, I think, actually did a good thing. Way back in the day, we were waiting for Fallout 4, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna put out Fallout Shelter while you're waiting for Fallout 4." Kick ass, take names, and then they ported it to PC much later. And well, actually, we got it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox too. So yeah, no, that was okay. If they had announced a Diablo, if ActiBliz had announced a Diablo PC game, and then gave us the Diablo phone game or mobile game, then it nobody would have said anything.
Yeah.
Or actually, in some cases, they might have been praised in the way that Bethesda was.
I don't think any of them had a problem with a mobile game per se. They just didn't want it to be the absolute focus.
I know, right?
To basically make that the main focus in front of a PC enthusiast crowd. As
Yeah.
I said, it's a PR gaffe.
Well, and then there was E3 where a Command and Conquer mobile game. Let's not do that. Let's do something else completely, shall we?
I've actually heard that there's going to maybe a remake of that. A proper game, not one, not that really mobile rubbish, or mobile shit. Let me just rephrase that. Mobile shite.
Yeah.
And hopefully a proper actual remake of that game, because it does deserve it.
I agree. We've been waiting for it. We've actually been waiting for a good. We've been waiting for some better games. Some of the better AAA titles.
Yeah. I still remember playing Command and Conquer on my PlayStation. Never as good though without a mouse. That game needs a mouse to be able to use correctly.
Yeah. Rather than touch controls with bullshit.
Well, the PlayStation control pad wasn't very good for that kind of game.
No, it wasn't.